of you? Chippundees? That means tell me if I'm audible and visible. You can see, if you can see. See, yesterday I was cutting lemon and then the knife went into my, oh my god. So, okay, let's start. I have so much, you know. So yesterday I cut a lot of stuff. Like this hand was gone, this hand was gone. My here also there was a cut. So yes, these days happen. Hope I'm audible, visible. Hindu Analysis 21st July 2025. Let's start without wasting any time. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of the questions which we will be discussing in my Telegram channel Fun Study with you by 10:30 a.m. today. If you have not joined my family, join my family, be a part of my family. And good morning, Liliana, Nandul, again, Liliana, Madhubala, Shudipta, Shiparna. Oh my god, I'm hearing my own voice. Just give me a second. Oh my god, what has happened here? Join my family, be a part of my family. Why I'm hearing my own voice? Okay, yes. So, Jai Hind, everyone. Cool, cool, cool. So, let's start. Yesterday, that means day before yesterday, on Saturday, we have discussed, and I've given you two questions, MCQ 12 and MCQ 13. What is the answer? India-Yemen relationship. Chandler Bing, 16 Yemen Road, Yemen. So, India-Yemen relationship. We have discussed about Nimisha ma'am. Just give me a second. So, what was the answer of this question? I'm so clumsy, oh my god. So, India-Yemen relationship, India currently operates its embassy in Yemen from Djibouti. Yes, we have discussed that. India sent humanitarian aid to Yemen, including vaccines and medicines. I have not told you that. I'll be very honest with you. But I have also told you that you can do option elimination and you can solve this question. So, we have to do fingerprint to come for verification and, when we are coming into the office. Not very, required and all. But I do it. And when I was doing it, my thumb... Oh my god, it was hurting. In Yemen has not been a member of SHARC. So this is wrong. If you eliminate third option, you will get the answer. That is 1 and 2 only. MCQ 13, Laffer curve is primarily used to. So we have talked about which curves? We have talked about Lorentz curve, Gini coefficient, Laffer curve in the previous Hindu analysis. So Laffer curve is prime. Now, see, understand one thing. In this question, I'm so sorry, I'm so stupid. So in this question, yes, like on Saturday when I asked this question, many of you answered B. What many of you? One person started with B and everybody started following that B. So that's totally fine if your answer, SARC has 8 members, MBBS Spain and something like that is the mnemonic for that. We'll talk about SARC in detail later on. So B is fine. Whenever UPSC give you these kind of questions, they tell you to choose the best possible option. B is fine. Have a look at D. Support arguments for optimal taxation policy. That was the basic aim of Laffer curve. That greed is bad. Even greed of tax revenue is bad for government. There has to be a certain optimal taxation level, tax rate, beyond which their revenue will decrease because people will not be willing to pay. So support arguments for optimal taxation policy. Out of B and D, I can understand why so many of you were answering B in the previous class. But the answer is D. It's about taxation policy. It's about, what government should ideally do and how much revenue or tax rate should they keep. That is the basic premise there. Cool, sir. Let's come back to the present. Page 6 editorial. India can reframe the artificial intelligence debate. Syed Akbaruddin, and again a very famous personality. You may have heard about him if you are following international relations, etc., etc. So he is talking about India will host AI Impact Summit in February 2026. See, generally what happens when you talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about fourth industrial revolution. Currently, India, world is going through fourth industrial revolution. Did you have a haircut? Got confused? Why? Am I not looking cool enough? Those were too many hairs. Good morning, Mithun. Everybody was missing you. So, artificial intelligence, fourth industrial revolution. First industrial revolution, there is author, his name is Eric Hobsbawm. Eric Hobsbawm said that whoever says IR says cotton. So, first industrial revolution was revolving around cotton, revolving around textile and steam engine. Then that was the period around 1760 to 1840. Second industrial revolution around 1870 onwards, 60-70 onwards, which was about mass production. Third industrial revolution gained prominence during 1990s when Internet was discovered, World Wide Web, and today we are going through, or currently we are going through, fourth industrial revolution, which is about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. UPSC has already asked question on Internet of Things. This is your homework. Solve that PYQ which UPSC has asked on Internet of Things. Internet of Things means I am here. Let's say I marry a very good girl and she is in her home and she is taking care of the baby. I can watch my baby from here. I can talk to my baby. I can do so many things. I can lock my house from here. Internet of Things. Everything is connected. Ubiquitous computing. All these things. AI. Then big data. All these are part of fourth industrial revolution. So, thank you, Adi. My friend Rishi, do you know? Sir, he's my best friend. He's my best friend also, Are. It was about the answer for Laffer. Cool. So, let's focus here. Fourth industrial revolution, Internet of Things. We're talking about artificial intelligence. When we talk about artificial intelligence, we generally talk about, private companies. And ChatGPT, earlier artificial intelligence was all about, like it was there in some private domain. ChatGPT has made it very public. ChatGPT, Gemini, and this and that. The basic premise is artificial intelligence, mainly private entities, private companies, they are the one who are working on it. But now government also wants to come together to ensure that the benefits of artificial intelligence reaches to us all. And here also the focus is on global south. So there are certain keywords which will be paying attention, we will be paying attention in this particular editorial. So ChatGPT's impact. Less than 3 years ago, ChatGPT made artificial intelligence mainstream, shifting it from labs to public life. But I have also told you that these ChatGPT etc., you have to cross check them. If you, I think, check how many UNESCO World Heritage Sites are there in India, they will make mistake there. Under Central Armed Police Forces, how many paramilitary forces are there, they can make mistakes there. So they do make mistake. And Praveen Mishra sir, and like yesterday we were talking, railway budget came after the recommendation, or that separation happened based on which committee recommendation. So sometimes ChatGPT makes mistake. It's not like ChatGPT is survey serva. Oh my God. Okay. So again, global concern happened after ChatGPT made things public and people started using it and they started loving it. So India will host AI Impact Summit in February 2026. Hope you are understanding what are the things which are important from exam perspective in this editorial. How many industrial revolution we have witnessed, what they were catering to. I will tell you some more keywords here. Cool. So this is an opportunity. India will host it. They can ask you this AI Impact Summit in February 2026. China will host it. That is wrong. India will host it to show that governments can also play a proactive role when it comes to guiding AI for public benefit and not only corporations. Cool, sir. Again, geopolitical challenges. Here they are talking about how, world is in turmoil right now because of war, this and that. Divisions in the previous summit, 2025 Paris AI Summit. Again, there was disunity. See, understand one thing. There is a competition going on. If ChatGPT, Gemini is being made, let's say in US, China will make their own version. So there is again a competition here, US versus China. We don't want that. We want the benefits of ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, to reach to us all. And these competition should not impact that. That is the basic premise here. Ackworth Committee. Very good, Anandu. Cool. So the Paris AI Summit, again, you can read these things. India's potential with its neutral and credible position. India, non-aligned movement. But we have seen one Shashi Tharoor editorial in the previous Hindu analysis where we have discussed that we have moved from non-alignment to what alignment? What Shashi Tharoor sir said. Anybody, can you remember that? We have moved from non-alignment to multi-alignment. And we are friends of everyone. But there is a saying that a friend of everyone is a friend of none. So is India a friend of none? I don't know. So democratic preparation, inclusive consult. Again, you can read all these things. Now, there are some keywords. MyGov. What is this MyGov? So MyGov is a portal where you can go and you can share your grievances that I don't like, this minister sir's beard and mustache and all, or I went to this particular government organization, I did not like the way they function, I did not like their citizens charter, they were not implementing citizens charter. It's a public portal which will ensure more accountability from the government side, launched around 2014-2015. So MyGov. And again, it is also ensuring that different governance scheme reaches to the bottom level, because if it is not reaching, they can always come to MyGov portal and they can share their grievances. GYN can say that I'm not finding my Vatsayan. What should I do? So MyGov and government will have to search for Vatsayan for GYN. Agenda for public good. The focus is on how AI can promote inclusive growth. GS mains paper 3. Inclusive growth. exclusively written in your GS Mains Paper 3 syllabus. Inclusive growth, growth of all sections of society, leaving no one behind. And this inclusive growth can be political inclusion, social inclusion, economic inclusion, like this. So again, we can talk about inclusive growth later on. That is not the agenda of this editorial. You will understand slowly when you will solve some questions what is the agenda. Non-alignment to multi-alignment. Very good, Jivayan. No, sir, India will never do such things like US. Very good, Mamta. So 5 key suggestions, pledges and report cards. So again, every country, they can make a commitment. This is a non-binding commitment, but let's do something. Let's try to use AI at its optimal level. So what they're talking about, let's focus on how we can use AI for energy reduction. How we can use AI to ensure education is reaching to all sections of society. There is a portal also, NEPTEL, which is doing a very great work in that regard. There are IITs, IISCs, IISTs lectures which are available there and you can access it. So that is actually good. There was a Swayam portal also which UPSC has already asked question on. Again, solve this UPSC PYQ on Swayam portal. What was the basic purpose of Swayam portal? To enable access of education to all. So cool. So again, include the global south. This global south word we have discussed a lot in the previous lecture because Honorable Modi sir, he was on visit for, like he was visiting Brazil, Argentina, Trinidad and Tobago and all those countries. So again, he will be visiting, I think, UK and Maldives now. Modi sir does not stay in our country. So again, but we love Modi sir. There is a purpose why he is going to Maldives now and UK also. So global south, the countries mainly in the southern, South America, Africa, Asia, all these countries, poor countries, underdeveloped countries, global south. And we want to propose an AI for billions fund to support cloud access data set in local languages in these vulnerable countries. Cool. These are all bol bachan. There will be certain keywords here which you will understand. You can read all these things. Now, this is important. You have to know the 4 revolutions, industrial revolution, when it comes to AI. You cannot discount that fact. Developing countries are called global south. Not all developing countries which are in the southern hemisphere, like predominantly located in the southern hemisphere. That's why the term global south, Vishwas. Cool. So we have talked about this. Have a look at this. Now let's solve some questions which will make you understand what are the things which are important, what are the things which are not important. Which of the following technology is not typically associated with the 4th industrial revolution? Not again, it's not like strict binary, Shriparna, that all global north countries are developed, but yeah, I can understand where you're going with this. Yes, Sumit? So which of the following technologies is not typically associated with 4th industrial revolution? So many of you have answered it. Madhubala, Amit, Shashmita, Rajneesh, R. Liliana, Mamta, and Shamriddhi, Akash, Shiparna, Anandu. So steam engine associated with 1st industrial revolution, not with 4th. So C is the answer. Blockchain, quantum computing, artificial intelligence. Blockchain used for cryptocurrency. Quantum computing when you are using bits, 0, 1, binary. If you do coding, you will understand what I mean by that. So C, steam engine. MCQ 2, have a look at this and now you will understand what are the things which were important in that editorial. So you have digital initiative, Aadhaar, UPI, MyGov, and you have to see how many of them are currently matched. Very good, Akash, Shiparna, Anandu, Jivayan, Bhagwa and Athira. Adhira. Futuristic name. Okay. So Aadhaar, UPI, MyGov. We have talked about Aadhaar in previous Hindu analysis. We have talked about UPI in previous Hindu analysis. In fact, wherever PM Modi sir goes, that particular country adopts UPI. Maybe that is the reason why Modi sir goes to so many countries. Oh my God. Okay. So Shashmita, Amit, R. Liliana, Saida, Rajneesh, Akash, Shamriddhi, Mamta, Shiparna, Jivayan. So Aadhaar, yes, it is a digital identity system. Came via Aadhaar Act of 2016, implemented by UIDAI, Unique Identification Authority of India, right? Yeah. And then UPI, Unified Payment Interface, real-time payment infrastructure, more and more countries are adopting it. Cool. So second is also correct. MyGov, civic engagement platform for policy feedback, as we have talked about, GYN and Vatsayan. So all these three things are correct. The answer is D1, 2 and 3 as stated by all of you. Very good. Cool. Let's move on to MCQ 3. Oh my God. So now I have to tell you some more stuff. See, so AI is fine. These all AI summits, etc. is fine. So generally what happens when these summits happen, and again, if I go back, let me show you something. This thing I have to tell you, then only you can solve this question. So do we have something like a red teaming? I just want to show you that particular word so that you can understand it. There is something called as red teaming, blue teaming. These are the keywords which you need to understand. And this whole focus that this will happen, that will happen, we'll do this, we'll kill it. So that is all fine. Okay. Summit driven, prevent fragmentation. If you see anywhere red teaming, do tell me. If you don't, let me tell you what is red teaming, what is blue teaming. So red teaming, blue teaming. These are the words important in AI. Blue teaming. So let's say I am a coder. This is little technical, but you have to understand it. So red teaming means, let's say I have made a code, I have made a program. I don't know how foolproof it is. I used to work in Samsung as a software engineer. So I was in hotel TV domain. My domain was hotel TV. So if you go to big 5-star hotels, they have Samsung TVs and they have specific programs for that. So there also we used to do red teaming in our like every red teaming happens in every coding, like in advanced coding it happens. So basically red teaming is a process where we are giving, let's say take ChatGPT, and I asked ChatGPT, was Hitler a good guy or was he a goody guy? If ChatGPT starts saying yes, he was a good guy, you know, when he died he took away his wife with him, so he has a sentimental side associated with him, I don't want that answer from him. Most of the people in the world, they don't want that answer from him. That is a malfunctioning of some sort, you know. So what we want to do, we want to cross check whether our ChatGPT, whether our AI or Gemini or other platforms, they're working fine or not. So what we do, we give them severe data. We, you know, give them multiple severe data just to expand their bandwidth. So red teaming, their work is to give severe data. Their work is to ensure that we are giving malicious information. We are trying to break that particular system apart. Blue teaming will take into consideration what red teaming is doing, and if there is any lasuna, let's say if I am working in hotel TV domain, so red teaming will try to break apart that hotel TV domain software and program of ours. If we are seeing that yes, there are some issues, we'll rectify it. That will be the work which will be done by blue teaming. So hope you are understanding these words, red teaming and blue teaming. More specifically, red teaming and blue teaming are terms mainly used in cyber security. Very good. Amit is a good boy. Amit has always been a good boy. So let's see this question. In the context of AI governance, what does red teaming refers to? So these are the words which we have to keep in mind, and that's why you solve questions so that you can remember them in a much better way. Chepandis now. In the context of AI governance, what does red teaming refers to? Bro, tell me one thing. Does my hair look too bad? Because Sripadna said that I took a haircut and you are looking so ugly today. She told me that. I'm not ugly. Oh my God. So red teaming, a process to test AI systems for vulnerabilities, as you people are stating. Red team and blue team, opposite sides in stimulated attacks. Yes, very. RA is so good. Cool. Now let's move on to the next article of the day. What is the European Commission check plan to keep children safe online? So again, we'll be focusing on the keywords which will be there, which are important. You can understand from this whole, you know, title only what they're trying to do. They're trying to ensure that people, or the child below 18, they're not able to access certain, you know, websites. And here there is explicit mention of Pornhub, so I'm not adding anything to it. Pornhub founder, they will be saying certain things. So now the issue here is European Commission. What is the keyword? European Commission. What is European Commission? It's an executive body of European Union. Executive body. They can give you that this is a legislative body, this and that. No, it's an executive body. In the previous Hindu analysis, so earlier we have talked about legislature, executive, judiciary. Legislature will make law, executive will check, implement laws, and judiciary will check the constitutionality of law. So this European Commission will implement laws. Fine. executive body of European Union, formed in early 1990s. Headquarter is in Brussels. Where is Brussels? Belgium. And European Union, what they do? It's a organized, it's a entity where countries are coming together. 27 countries, they have come together to ensure that there is almost zero tariff among them. They can move freely among themselves, cisgen area as they call it. 20 out of these 27 countries, they have adopted euro. Not all countries are using euro as a currency. So remember these small facts, they are important. Now let's enter into the intricacies. You look awesome. You look always cool. So you look so cute. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on. You people are making me blush. So what is happening? European Commission is developing an age. Now here Pornhub. I feel so bad. Pornhub is saying that, bro, European Commission, don't come to our website and ask us to verify the age of the people. And based on that verification, we will allow a guy if he's 19 and not allow if he's 17. We are not going to do that. In that process, maybe we will have some sensitive information of that particular individual. We don't want to do that. Make it, gadget, like let's say Apple, let's give the work to Apple, give the work to Google, give the work to Samsung. If I'm using Samsung phone, they will have to decide what is my age, this and that, whether I can access this website or not. Don't leave it to us. We will want everyone to watch our site because this is beneficial and educational for all of us. Oh my god. So okay, let's focus. Hope you're understanding where we are going with this. I have told you the key word in this particular article. European Commission is developing an age verification app under Digital Services Act. Now this is important. Why? Because UPSC has asked a lot of questions related to Europe, European Commission, European Union. If you go back and if you solve PYQs, you will realize where I'm going with this. Cool. So critics argue this could compromise user privacy and enable tracking of online behavior. Let's say there is some guy and he does not want to go to Pornhub to do this and that. He just wants to go for research purpose. He cannot even go for research purpose. Maybe his data will be compromised. See, he has noble intention, but even then, European Commission is not allowing him. So why is age verification needed? You can understand why. 15-year-old guy no, this is not a joke, seriously. You can understand. See here, digital addiction. And today, people are spending more than 12 hours on phone. And those kind of apps or websites enable that you use it for... People are becoming weaker and weaker with each passing day. Cyberbullying, harmful or explicit content. This is not needed. We know why this age verification is needed. Everybody knows. Platforms could tell a use, although I know none of you use these websites. That I know because, you people are so awesome. But yeah. So platforms could tell a user interfaces based on age, blah, blah, blah. Pornography websites should ideally be inaccessible to minors. Ideally. But Pornhub is saying that, bro, this is not our work. You people do whatever you want to do. We are not taking any responsibility if the data is compromised in our website. So, cool. VPN is joke. VPN is laughing at the corner, right? So how is EU implementing this? The prototype app. First of all, they're testing it. There are certain pilot countries which are implementing it. Denmark, Greece, Spain, France, Italy. In France, Pornhub was like, I will not go to France. I will not allow people to access my website. They have so many stupid and these kind of barriers. So things are going on between Pornhub and France, and that thing you can read on your own, So again, I have to save my job. So final rollout expected by 2026. So they are making this prototype, and there are different websites like Pornhub. They are not very happy with it. The system aims to include options to verify age without revealing blah, blah, blah. You can read this thing. Privacy concern. Critics worry. This is the point. Right to privacy. K.S. Putta Swamy judgment 2017. And that was a constitutional bench. More than five like Supreme Court judges, they have given that verdict. Right to privacy. What will happen to my privacy? Will that not be violated when website is confirming what is my age or not? So this will compromise anonymity, allow tracking or monetization. You can see this. Commission claims system won't store or reveal. These things is being happening in our country also. It's not like European Commission is doing something out of the ordinary. These kind of talks and debates happen in India as well. Cool. Support from government. France President Macron, as we have discussed, France versus Pornhub is going on right now, and they have their own issues. Mandatory age verification, possibly banning social media. Now here there is talk, even on X, which was earlier Twitter, which I liked a lot. X is so stupid. So why do you have don't take strict action against it? Is there any particular reason? Because if, again, as Sri Parna is saying, Raghu is saying, VPN, that, even if they block it, there are other ways to access it. But you people don't have to do that. You have to become an IS officer, make me proud. Okay. don't weaken yourself. So, debate around content classification. Is X a pornography platform, porn platform? Because even there you can find something or the other. So, the ambit becomes very large. Which of the sites people or minor cannot access? Can they not even access Twitter? Because if you go deeper into Twitter, you will find different kind of data. So, there are debates around content classification. Opposition from porn companies, ILO, which is Pornhub's parent company, they are saying that we are not doing and we don't like the site level age check. If you want to do it at the device level. Let Apple, Google, Microsoft, Samsung, let them be the authority to decide what is the age of this guy. We are not doing it. If we are doing it, if there is any data leakage, don't tell us. Believes repeated input or sensitive data is a privacy risk and some data can be compromised. Argues it may push user to unsafe, unregulated site. Oh my god, dark web. I don't want you people to go there. This is such a... I don't like this article. In June, access to major porn sites was blocked in France due to age verification rules. Paris tribunal later paused enforcement. Access was restored. Paris was like, no, we cannot do that. These porn sites cannot be blocked. Oh my god. So but again then, this happened. Top French court still upheld that age verification is required. So in France, this issue has become a bigger issue. And in European Commission, this issue is now gaining precedent. With reference to European Union, I hope you understood the point here. Again, right to privacy, Article 21, K.S. Puttaswamy judgment. Remember these things from Indian perspective because UPSC has asked questions on right to privacy. Let's solve this question now. Sashmita, you people are so intelligent. Even on Netflix, there are so many things. So is Netflix a porn, like distributing porn content now? Again, the definition is so wide. Hope you can understand. Oh my god. Oh, I'm missing Rishi, yaar. Are you the second incarnation of Rishi? No. Somebody was saying he's the best friend of Rishi. So, all member states of EU use the euro as their official currency. We have discussed 27 countries of European Union formed in early 1990s. Headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. European Commission is the executive body. Not all countries, 20 of the 27 countries, they use euro. So, if you eliminate that, you will get B and C, or you're left with B and C. You don't have to check for second, third. EU left it. Brexit happened, Britain exit, Brexit. So I did not tell you that. So even if you're confused between B and C, that's fine. But UK is now not a member of EU, European Union. So Liliana, Shiparna, Abhishek, R. Jivayan, nevertheless, Amit, Athira, Shashmita, Rajni, they tried it. So the answer is B. Brexit happened, Brexit. It was a very famous news, Britain's exit, and it became a very big political news in Europe. Should they exit, should they not? But they did exit. So they are not a member of EU. So third is wrong. Cool. MCQ 5. Consider the following statement regarding the European Commission. Use option elimination in this question. Tell me one thing. 48 watching, 28 likes. Why? Why? Every day I have to wake up at 3:30 a.m. for you, and this is what you people are giving me. Oh my god. So consider the following statement regarding how many of you? 2 years back, I think UK opted out. Very good. Your thinking is so cool, Shashmita. So Jivayan, Shashmita, Anandu, Rajneesh, Abhishek, Akash, Mamta, Liliana, nevertheless, Hadassah, Evangeline. Rishi went to hospital last night because he felt fear. Rishi is a good boy. Fever is nothing for him. So it is the legislative body. It is not the legislative body. It's the executive body. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, the answer is C. 2 and 3. Oh my god. Option elimination works. A is wrong. It's not the legislative body, Shashmita. That's what Shashmita Shriparna. That's what we are discussing. It's an executive body. Implements laws. Oh my god. MCQ 6. This is based on previous editorial which we have discussed. First industrial revolution. Second, third, fourth. Key feature. Chepandis. Oh my god. 53 people. First IR, second IR, third IR, fourth IR. IR stands for Industrial Revolution. Hope you can see it. See. It's very big. So, who has answered it? So many people. Liliana, Ashima, Abhishek, Shiparna, R, and nevertheless, Mamta, Sashmita, Anandu. Okay, cool. So, first industrial revolution, steam engine, Eric Hobsbawm. Whoever says industrial revolution says cotton. So, first, steam power, mechanization, 1 is B. If 1 is B, so A and C you are left with. Second industrial revolution, mass production. The keyword here is mass production. Second is C. We got the answer. A. Very good. Sir, are you from Telugu state? Chepandis, Chepu, Telsu, Ledu, nevertheless? I'm from India. I'm from every place. Okay. Oh my God. This is the best article of the day. Best article. I love this article. So page number 7, opinion, temples of social justice. So here the issue is, Tamil Nadu government, they are diverting temple funds for educational purposes, building colleges. Should they do that? Can we do that? Very interesting article. This article will lead you to Justice Party, self-respect movement, why Tamil Nadu government is doing it, Lord Hastings, 1817, what is an cheat. So there are so many keywords important from UPSC as well as other exams, especially from UPSC perspective. Awesome article. What is your view on this? Do you think Tamil Nadu should divert temple funds for building colleges? Is Tamil Nadu doing a wrong stuff? And I think some, like even in Kerala, like they are using it. They're diverting temple fund for building colleges. Many people in North will be like, oh my God, shift. This is such a bad thing. I love it. It should be done in most states. Maybe I will lose my job for saying this, but I love this. I will tell you why I love this. You will understand once this whole thing, you go through it. So, see here, a political controversy emerged in Tamil Nadu over diversion of temple funds for building colleges. So, they are diverting temple funds for building colleges, and it's totally legal. They can do it because British era laws, they allow it. How they allow it, how it functions, everything you will understand. Just be with me. So, why I did I took tetanus, I took everything, but then I did bandage 3 times yesterday, Liliana. Every time it fell off. Then I washed my hair, it fell off. Then I went again in the morning, again it fell off. I'm just tired of it. So again, a political controversy emerged. Beyond politics, it highlights a distinct social justice model involving, again you can read all these things. So the basic premise starts in like pre-independent India, 1817. East India Company introduced religious endowment and escheats regulation. Now, focus on the keywords here. What is an escheat? Let's say I am a guy. I did not marry because I feel like if you're single, you're awesome. And I died without any hair and everything. Then my property will go back to the state. So that is escheat. If I die without a hair, my property is going back to the state. So religious endowment escheat regulation, the first law to regulate religious endowments. If somebody is giving donations, how it should be used. This 17 Act defined it. 1858. Now, there's another question which we should think in our mind, which should come in our mind. I understand, Shashmita. It should be, it's better. Cool. So now 1817. Next question important from exam perspective is, here history and current affairs are merging. Who was the, 1817? So what is the designation which we will be using? Is he the Governor General of Bengal, Governor General of India? So Warren Hastings, he was the first Governor General of Bengal around 1773. Then Lord William Bentinck around 1833-35, when Charter Act came, he became the first Governor General of India. So when we are talking about 1817, Governor General of Bengal, who was Governor General of Bengal? Lord Hastings. Remember this. They can ask you that since this is the first, anything first we have discussed is very important. First law to regulate religious endowment, 1817. Who was the Governor General? Lord Hastings, 1813 to 1823. Key thing, keep it in mind. Cool. Not Lord Dalhousie, it is Lord Hastings, 1813 to 23. 1858, Queen's Victoria, Queen's Proclamation. Many people felt like 1857 revolt happened because Britishers interfered in our religious affairs. And, Greece cartridge, Muslims were angry, Hindus were angry, everybody was angry. So Queen Victoria was like, dude, you people do what you want to do with your religion, we are not interfering in that. But the secular aspects like land finances, they remained under government supervision. Even now in Madras Presidency, which later on became, most of Tamil Nadu is there. So there, the land, etc., they remained with state government. And now state government has rights to do whatever they want to do with these lands and the religious endowments they're getting. So if they get additional funds, they can transfer it for educational purposes, which I feel is a good initiative, very good initiative. So Justice Party in Hindu Religious Endowment Act. Around 1916, Justice Party was formed. Now please understand, there are some differences. Justice Party 1916, 1925 self-respect movement. These two things are not same. Justice Party and self-respect movement, they are two different entities, right? So what is the basic difference? For that we have to go to Sangam age. So around Sangam age, 300 BC to 300 AD, North India, they had this kind of a society. North India, you had Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This was the division in North India. But during the period of Sangam age, in South India, you had horizontal division of society based on which category of land you were living in. Kurinji, Mulai, Marudam, Niyadal, Palai. Again, it is based on the category of land. That means, where was I? Just give me a second. This article make me excited. So based on whether you're living on agricultural tract or pastoral lands or hilly tracts, you are categorized. So South India had a horizontal division, rather like unlike North India. But then 18th, 19th, 20th century came. Even in South India, vertical division started and the society got divided into two parts, Brahmanas and non-Brahmanas. So this Justice Party, and it was realized later on that most of the higher posts, be it administrative post or doctors, engineers, most of them are Brahmins. Non-Brahmins are fairly neglected, and that's what led to emergence of Justice Party in 1916. Natesha, Mudaliar and all others, they started so that the injustices which has been done to Brahmins can or non-Brahmins can be reversed. Self-respect movement is a broader movement which came here we are talking about Periyar and E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar sir. So it is also involving, it is also talking about the so-called Brahmanical dominance and so-called the lesser development of non-Brahmins, but it's much wider. And in fact, in late 1930s and early 1940s, this Justice Party movement, it merged with self-respect movement. And that led to Dravid Kachagam, like you are seeing DMK, AIA, DMK, they have emerged from that. So there is some difference. Don't mix them. They can ask you. Justice Party, self-respect movement. Justice Party is a party, political party. Self-respect movement is a movement. It was a, movement covering Brahmanical dominance, supremacy, along other things. So we have to keep it in mind. Good pronunciation, sir. Thank you, Risha. So where were we? So again, 1920 Justice Party came to power and to regulate temple endowments. You can understand. Justice Party not very happy with Brahmins. So they will promote secularism, right? So laws enacted allowing surplus temple funds to be used for secular purpose. That's what happened. Many people may not be happy with it. Many people, whom we call as like strict, even in my family, maybe my mother will not like this. Why? Temple fund will be regulated for educational purposes. So you are maybe saying this, but maybe you are not agreeing with this. This principle is retained in subsequent laws, including Tamil Nadu Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowment. So it happens there. It's legally allowed. It extended in post-independent India as well. And South India, if you talk about, Chola period, and we are talking about Sangam Chola, and then in Sangam era Chola, you don't have temples. We don't have evidences of temple. Earliest evidence of temple, we have it during the Gupta period, as we have discussed in previous Hindu analysis. But we are talking about the imperial Cholas, the medieval period Cholas, Brihetswar temple at Tanjore, Vijayanagar, Vitthal temple, Virupaksha temple, they got a lot of donations, and those donations are also used for educational purposes. In fact, many towns were created around temples in South India. The temples were so rich, even today, so many temples, they're so rich. So I want speaking English. Keep on speaking English and you will speak English. Oh my God, what am I saying? So they served not only religious roles but also as educational and cultural centers. They were the epicenter around which everything revolved, related to towns revolved. Am I hearing some sound? Okay. So Judicial Endorsement 1959 Act has been upheld by constitutional courts affirming the legality. That means it's totally legal what Tamil Nadu government is doing. Many people may feel like, oh my God, what they are doing, but this is totally legal. Again, keep on sharing your opinions. So, social justice and temple regulations, pre-colonial, again you can read these things, British colonial authorities maintain control of temples, blah, blah, blah. Self-respect movement emphasized temple regulation. The important part here is Justice Party, self-respect movement, vertical division, non-vertical division, Brahmanical dominance, and emergence of non-Brahmanas and their, okay, Cool. So ideological and political significance, the issue is not just legal, it reflects socio-political values. Again, you can read all these things. Reversing this, many people now, maybe there will be a party which will be based on a secular lines that no, we will not allow temple money to go for education. It will be used for temple construction only or temple related purposes. Whether that is good or not, you people decide. You people will be, because whatever you will decide, that will become your future. So diverting surplus temple funds for educational purposes is legally valid and historically consistent. It reflects a broader model of state-led religious reform for social justice. If I go in UP, in some areas, I start saying this, maybe, I don't know, maybe I will be killed, I don't know. I'm not saying every person in UP will think that way, but if I go in hinterland backward area and I say that I want this temple money to, hope you can understand, it's a very sensitive issue. It's not that binary issue. Solve this question. Concept of escheat in colonial endowment laws referred to. Education was provided in temples. Very good. If something like that happened in Kerala, I believe the people of Kerala will become richer than Ambani if wealth of Padmanabhana Swami temple were distributed to the public. Very good, Shreya. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Gonmai. Now also happened in temples giving education. Very good. Now let's focus here. What was escheat? Oh my God, so many people have already answered it. So, a property without a legal heir reverting to the state. Very good. The Justice Party was primarily focused on Hindu revivalism, supporting British rule, promoting non-Brahmin interest in social justice, establishing a socialist state. Very good, yaar. Very good, Himani, Rajneesh, Akash, Jivayan, Shashmita, Risha, Shiparna, Ashima, Arya, Shriya, Athira, Liliana, nevertheless, Anandu. How many times I have visited UP? So when I was in 11th, 12th, I was in Kota, I went to Hathras. There was a friend of mine who was in Hathras. Then where I went to UP? I went to Lucknow. Lucknow has changed a lot. There is a Chatori Gali or something like that. It's awesome. So yes, UP is awesome. But I'm just saying in some areas, there is some amount of religious fanaticism. Not everywhere, but yeah. So Justice Party. Shashmita, Raghu, Risha, Liliana, nevertheless, Shaida, Anandu, Jivayan, and Hadisha, Shipada. Cool. So the answer is Justice Party was primarily focused on promoting non-Brahmin interest and social justice. And yes, sir, if you feel like I'm contributing to your knowledge base, like, share, subscribe. Also, one more thing I want to tell you people. What should I tell you? That you can also, like, there is an IB ACIO batch which is going on right now because the exam is very close, and I think maybe, things are happening on a broader scale there. So you can go to StudyIQ.com. You can join that particular batch. How you can join it? You can go here. You see this IB ACIO. Go buy now. The prices are very low. And again, very low till 31st July. You can go buy now. You can apply my code. You will get it at, let me see. I also don't know. I'm seeing it for the first time. So let's say if I apply Sessions Live here. So the price is, oh my God, 2,000 reduction. So yes, you can buy it. You can use my code. You will get it at the lowest price. Do it. Now let's move on. So yes, sir. Page number 18, Science 2, Moon Day. Remembering the leap. International Moon Day. You explore a lot. I think, yeah, I do. Oh, the famous Hathras. Oh my God, let's not go there. And Kannadigar. Okay. 5,000 overpriced. But it has become 2,999, bro, Raghu, after applying my code. 2,999. SHS Live applied. Moon Day, remembering the leap. International Moon Day. July 20th. What is the controversy with International Moon Day? What is UTC? There are again certain keywords here which we have to understand from exam perspective. So International Moon Day is not today, it was yesterday. But many people say it should be today. It should be on 21st July. Will UPSC ask you when is International Moon Day celebrated? No. Are there any terms important from UPSC perspective? Yes. And that's why we are talking about it. But it will help you in other exam also. It was international. Yesterday it was International Moon Day. Many people feel it should be today. Why do they feel it? I will tell you that. So again, you can see here July 20th, celebrated annually as International Moon Day, commemorates first human landing on the moon by Apollo 11 in 1969. Do you think it actually happened? Many people are like, no. This is all false. No moon landing happened. There's a conspiracy theory related to that as well. UN recognition, officially recognized by UN General Assembly in 2021. Now there are certain terms. COPUOS, Committee on Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. What is this COPUOS? So in 1950s, there was a competition which was going on, capitalism versus communism, and and USA versus USSR. They were also having a space race. Russia launched Sputnik, USA was doing their own things to ensure that, outer space is used in peaceful ways and they are not militarizing it. This organization was created in 1950s. This COPUOS, do remember it, important. Goals of the commemoration. So this whole International Moon Day has been recognized in 2021. It's not like it's a very old phenomena, but people are very, very unhappy about it because many people feel like, according to UTC time, it happened on 21st July, not 20th July. Now the question here is, what is UTC time? UTC time is GMT time, Greenwich Meridian time. Like India is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of UTC. US is behind it. And when US is behind it, it becomes 20th July. So many people also feel like it should be 21st July because Greenwich Meridian time, that is the standard reference frame from which we are looking into things. If you are taking it from US perspective, US time period, then are we like, why it is International Moon Day? It should be US Moon Day. We are celebrating US achievement, landing of Apollo 11. So again, these are some issues which people talk about and you will see it. Cool. So goals of commemoration: celebrates collective global progress in lunar exploration. You can see here, encourages international cooperation, blah, blah, blah. Sustainable space practices. Basically, COPUOS and all those people, they feel like you should not militarize outer space. And that is the basic talk which goes on. International Union Day, International Moon Day rather. Oh my God, let me gather my thoughts. Criticism and debates. Let's focus here. Armstrong first step occurred at 2:56 UTC or 2:56 GMT. Now, if I ask you, convert it into, like, what was the IST, Indian Standard Time? And these kind of questions have been asked by UPSC earlier. There has been multiple PYQs, which I think, like, in 20 years back, UPSC has asked it. That in, like, Japan, which is ahead of GMT by this hours, this is the time, what is the time in India? So be ready. If I ask you this question, that Armstrong, his first step occurred on moon at 2:56 UTC, UTC is GMT, on July 21. And that's why many people feel like July 21 should be International Moon Day rather than July 20. Now my question is, 2:56 UTC is what IST? Please solve it, sir. If UPSC has asked earlier, it will be asked by UPSC in future or by other exams in future. So 2:56 UT, we have discussed. UTC, GMT, they are same. And Indian Standard Time is, okay, let me give you 1 or 2 minutes. What is this time from India's perspective? US time is some hours behind, and that comes to on like July 20th, and that's why they celebrate it on July 20th. But then the point is, why International Moon Day then? Why not US Moon Day? 8:04 PM. Okay, so our time period, ours is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead, right? So if you just add 5 hours 30 minutes, you will get the answer. So 7:56, 5 hours 30 minutes, 8:26 AM. So 2:56 night in London. On July 21, Armstrong landed. In US, it was July 20th because it is behind UTC, behind GMT. In India, it was again July 21, around 8:26 in the morning. That is the controversy. Why do we celebrate it on July 20th? It's all, again, US supremacy. Let's celebrate it on 21. When we are taking GMT as the reference frame, let's see what is the time when International Moon Landing happened, when Moon Landing happened. And based on that, let's decide July 21. So again, that is the basic point. 8:26 AM. 5 hours 30 minutes is the time difference. Cool. 8:26. So cultural bias. Some argue that July 20 focuses on American achievement, potentially limiting the international inclusiveness. And that's why maybe many countries will not celebrate it. Russia will not celebrate it. Despite criticism, July 20 remains a globally recognized date. What is your view? International Moon Day, July 20 or July 21? Chepandis. What do you think about it? Should it be July 20 or 21? Then there are other points that US was the one which invested so much money in Apollo 11, right? So obviously they will take the credit. It's not like Britain sent it or Russia sent Apollo 11. So why we should take 21, July 21? It happened in US according to, GMT and this and that on July 20th, and that's why July 20th. Too fast to calculate that I got wrong. Cool. No issues. Let's solve this question. Which criticism is associated with the celebration date of International Moon Day? So GYN is like 21. Evangeline is like 21. Cool. US would take the credit. So Armstrong first step occurred on July 21 UTC. According to GMT time, it happened in July 21. And GMT UTC is a reference frame via which we calculate time worldwide. That centers around a single nation's achievement. Moon landing is not scientifically proven. It's scientifically proven. It's proven. It's proven, bro. That is not the issue. That is not the criticism. That is not the controversy. The controversy is these 2 points. So the answer is A, 1 and 2 only, as stated by who stated it? So many people tried it. Arya, Anandu, Shripalna, Rajneesh, Akash, Scarlett, Evangeline, G-Wine. Do people still have, views like moon landing is not scientifically proven? Flat earth theory and all? No. Our earth is round and moon landing has happened. And all those are conspiracy theories. Here the criticism is about 21 UTC and date center around US achievement. This Apollo 11 was a US endeavor. It's not like, again, let's solve this question. India's time zone is offset from UTC by? Good morning, Sudipta. UTC plus 5, UTC plus 6, UTC plus 530, UTC plus 430. No, it's not a debate. So UTC plus 530, India's time zone is offset from UTC by UTC plus 530. Cool. Page number 8, is Israel committing genocide in Gaza? So we have talked about all these things. There are some addition which we have to talk about in this particular article, and we have to solve some questions related to it. So South Africa, they have taken Israel to International Court of Justice. In the previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about ICC and ICZ. We have done a comparative analysis. There was a UN rapporteur who US has sanctioned. We have talked about that madam also in the previous Hindu analysis. You can go back and revise. So there are various circumstantial evidences which proves that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. They want to just remove all Palestinians, just want to kill them all, according to different surveys. And they're killing people who are even coming to take food and all those stuff. So South Africa has taken them to International Court of Justice. What are the things which are important from exam perspective? Israel's location. Where is it located? Is it bordering Mediterranean Sea? What other countries are bordering Mediterranean Sea? UPSC has already asked PYQ on it. And then some other parts. ICC and ICZ, their differences. Hope you remembered them. Or hope you remember them rather. If you don't, please go to previous Hindu analysis and revise them. So this is the background of the case. In January 2024, South Africa filed a case against Israel. 2024 in International Court of Justice. If I ask you, ICC and ICZ, who do trials against individuals, who do trials against states? So what will be your answer? Individuals and state. We have also seen the mnemonic, how you will remember. ICC, ICZ, both of them have their headquarters at Hague, Netherlands. But one is a part of UN, other is not a part of UN. One has been established by Rome Statute, other has not been established by that, right? And so yes, sir, what did I ask you? ICZ related to do trials against states or individuals? You people have forgotten everything. Oh my God. Chepandis. Abhishek is, I love Israel and Russia very much and can never go against them. I can understand that. So ICC, again, that's totally our view. We have to just extract points from here which are important from exam perspective. So ICC, International Criminal Court, who are criminals, individuals. So ICC, individuals. ICZ, International Court of Justice, who requires justice, states. So International Court of Justice, states. And ICC, individuals. ICZ, part of UN. International Court of Justice. ICC, not part of UN. ICZ can issue binding orders to different countries. ICC cannot do that. So please remember these. I will show you the comparative analysis at the end also, and you can revise them. Cool. ICC individuals, ICC, very good, yeah, cool. So again, South Africa took Israel to ICZ. This was initiated shortly after Hamas led attacks on October 7, 2023. As I think RS said, he loved Russia and Israel very much. And that is a point of view which a survey was done. Many people in our country, they love Israel very much. Now comes the dichotomy. We talk about BRICS. And the last country which like now BRICS has become, 10 countries and this and that. So IIEU and all other countries have also joined. But 2009 BRIC was formed and 2010 South Africa joined it. BRICS it became. South Africa is taking Israel to ICZ. We are siding with South Africa in BRICS. We love Israel. Like, India supports Israel tacitly, implicitly, explicitly, whatever we want to call it. We talk about two-state solution. We want two separate states for Israel and Palestine. But more and more in the recent years, we have shifted or tilted towards Israel. And there are reasons for it, as we have discussed in previous Hindu analysis. Israel supported us during Kargil war. They have been a very big military ally of ours. And after Russia, so we can trust them. They have been an all-weather friend for us. But whatever they are doing right now in Gaza and others, it's not justifying. Like, we cannot justify. When your friend do wrong, they do wrong. It's wrong. Wrong is wrong. So now they're not killing only Hamas. They're killing the Palestinians. By hook or by crook. There were different Israeli leaders who have said that we want to exterminate Gaza. We want to exterminate all Palestinians. There should not be a single Palestinian on this, the Gaza region or the West Bank region. It's all Israeli people. The thing which happened to Jewish people during Second World War and all those things, the history is repeating itself. Now they are the ones who are repeating it according to different surveys. Israel and Russia always stand for India, right? But can you justify Israel's action now based on that? That is the question. So again, South Africa went against Israel. It's not like South Africa and Israel are greatest foes, but something is happening here. This was initiated, again, you can read these things. ICZ, International Court of Justice, which is a part of UN, they have not ruled on the merits but issued binding provisional measures. Again, here more and more countries are going against Israel, you will see. But the world is afraid to say something explicitly because who is the best friend of Israel? We all know it. Situation in Gaza. Israel resumed its offensive in March 2024, violating. Again, you can read these things. We have talked about it. You already know all these things. Let's focus on the important part. There has been massive destruction, families decimated, critical shortages. When in the previous Hindu analysis, we were talking about UN rapporteur, there was a lady who went into Palestinian regions and she said that mass exterminations are happening, people are coming for food, they are getting killed, and not only Hamas, Palestinians, it doesn't matter who are getting killed, and the casualties are anywhere and everywhere. And then US imposed sanctions on her. So we have talked about it, please revise it. A growing international consensus, including world leaders, UN officials and legal experts, is now viewing Israel action as genocidal. They want to get rid of all Palestinian. That is the view which is slowly and gradually emerging. Now the point here is important from exam perspective. So what is your stance on this issue? That's not fair for humanity, sir, I know. My stance? No stance, because I want to live and I love my life. So what is genocide? What is the basic meaning of genocide? There are different terms here. Actus reus, mens rea, we have to know these words. They can directly give you, sometimes they ask what is suo motu on its own. So let's focus. So term coined in 1944 by Raphael Lemkin, defined under 1948 Genocide Convention. Acts committed with the intent to destroy a national, ethnic, racial or religious group in whole or in part. I love Israel. If you ask my opinion, I love Israel. I used to love Benjamin Netanyahu earlier. I don't love him now. That happens. Sometimes you are in a relationship, you like a person and then you don't like that person because people change. So I love Israel even now, but I think whatever Israel is doing, it's not like Israel wants to do that. It's all Benjamin Netanyahu's and his policies. So I am not liking Benjamin Netanyahu so much right now. So legal impact or elements of genocide. See here, actus reus, that is the act, includes killing, causing serious harm. Mens rea, the intent. What is the intent here? Do you want to get rid of all Palestinians or you just want to target Hamas? So now people are like, no. It's not only about Hamas, it's about all Palestinians. The issue has reached to its graver consequences. Sir, what's your point of a country community being pressed again and again, but when it's struck by everyone stands against them? No, it's very good. Stand against them, but stand against whom? Who did that attack? Hamas did it, right? So you should stand against Hamas. It's not like, if Pakistan, some terrorist came, so we'll go and annihilate the whole Pakistan, we'll kill everyone. we can't do that, right? Can you do that? Then what is the difference between, hope you can understand where we are going with this. So includes killing, again you can see this, what is the intent behind your act? So act and the intent, these two parts comprise or leads to genocide. Main allegations. UN Special Rapporteur, we have talked about Francesca Albanese, and there was an article which we have discussed. Her, US has sanctioned her because she said something against Israel. Now her assets will be frozen in US and all those stuff. There's an evidence Israel crossed, and we have also discussed that UN Special Rapporteur, they are not a part of UN. They are independent journalists, this and that, who UN appoints to look into the issue. So they are all independent, they have nothing to do with UN. It's like, temporary work. I'm going for 6 months to teach on some college and then I will come back. So this is like that job, this Francesca Albanese. But US has sanctioned her. More and more cruel. Civilian lives are not worthy according to Netanyahu. Cool. Systematic destruction of homes, hospital, and here we have talked about how they're turning those centers where people are coming for food into, they're killing people in masse there. Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, all are supporting the claims that whatever US is doing, Israel is doing is not correct. A UN commission found over 90% of Gaza's educational infrastructure destroyed. So again, this has went beyond everything. 58,000 killed, including 17,000 children. Gaza has the highest number of people or children who have lost their hand, limbs, all these things are going on. Are these children responsible for the things which happened? Not everyone is part of Hamas. Hamas is not equal to Palestinians. So civilians reportedly shot while queuing for food, and this is bad. This does not happen even in the worst of wars. Rajput people, ask them what was there. Can anybody think about doing this in our country? So you have civilians who are queuing up for food and you are killing them. So Israel claims it targets Hamas. This is Israel's response, not civilians. Civilians' casualties are collateral damage, but this is a huge collateral damage. In thousands, it's a huge collateral damage. Palestine never supported India on a global forum, but India does support them. They support Pakistan on every issue. There is a deeper intricacies involved there. But again, nothing justifies killing people. If, somebody doesn't support you, it doesn't mean you will support that person who will annihilate that party who did not support you. Hope you are understanding, Abhishek. Even if Palestine does not support us, that doesn't mean we will support those people who annihilate Palestinians. Will you do that? Maybe there is some person who is not happy with you. So will you support other person who will kill that third person who did not support you? That's not how, that's not humanitarian. So again, challenge of proving genocidal intent. Genocidal intent is difficult to prove as it's rarely explicit. How will we prove that Israel is targeting all Palestinians and not only Hamas? That is the question. ICZ allows circumstantial evidence such as rhetoric and pattern of action. What is rhetoric? As you can see, South Africa is saying that there are multiple Israeli leaders who are saying that Gaza has to be reduced to rubble. Kill everyone who is there in Gaza. Doesn't matter, Hamas, Palestinian, this and that. Just reduce it. And these can be used by ICZ to prove that they are committing genocide in Gaza. Okay. We have, even in the previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about this Gaza, West Bank, Palestine territory, how Palestinians have reduced, their territories have reduced slowly and gradually, different wars which was fought by Israel. We have also talked about how Israel is very vulnerable because it is surrounded by Arab states, how they are always fighting wars and they have to. We always support Israel, but sometimes certain things go beyond that ambit, and this is that certain thing, So, future, again, a final ICZ verdict will take years. You can see here, destruction may be irreversible. Maybe all the Palestinians will be wiped out by then. Let's see what happens. So, strong calls for Israel's suspension from UN General Assembly. And again, they're talking about, you can see here, what are the big countries doing? See, France, we know US. We are not talking about US. We already know what US is doing for Israel. The point here is this: France, UK, Germany and Canada, they have limited their responses to diplomatic criticism. Like in our country, there is a very famous leader, Rajnath Singh sir. Whenever something used to happen earlier, he has changed that stance now. He used to say, Kadi Ninda, Kadi Ninda, Kadi Ninda. That means, I am criticizing it. I am criticizing it. Same thing has been done by these countries. They are like, we are doing criticism. We are not advocating what Israel is doing. That's it. Story ended. That is their stance. Diplomatic criticism. US has shielded Israel by vetoing ceasefire resolution at UNSC because again, for West Asia is a big mine, oil and all those stuff. Israel is an all-weather friend. Vice versa. They want Israel. They will not allow anything to happen to Israel. But even Donald Trump, the orange man, the tariff man, he knows something is going wrong, and that is what the author is saying, that he may influenced Netanyahu to agree to a renewed ceasefire. So it's a very volatile issue. Oh my God. Cool. That thing was to deal with digital information, K. So hopefully you are not liking this whole thing, where we are talking about Israel per se. But again, you are free to have your own views. We are not going there on that. Cool. So let's focus here. ICC versus ICZ. Please go to that article K, which I have stated in Hindu. There you will know about all the other sides. Fine. So again, ICC versus ICZ, this is an article, this is a comparative analysis which we have discussed earlier, and you can have a look at this. And again, we have discussed, please remember the keywords here, criminal and justice. Criminal, individuals, justice, state. So again, cool. Oh my God. So ICC not a part of UN, ICZ part of UN. We have discussed all these things, so I'm not reading it. This is for your purpose. Have a look at it. Let's solve some questions. Consider the following differences between ICZ and ICC. That's why taking current affairs is not an easy affair, When you talk, again, these are not my perspective. These are author's perspective. Somebody asked my perspective. I just told you. We all love Israel. But maybe or may not be, we don't like Netanyahu for what he is doing. And that is the premise. Again, do also remember one thing, that when you are writing answers in mains, don't let your perspective come in the way. You always have to write pro and cons. You have to balance your perspective. That is very important. So consider the following differences between ICZ and ICC. So Shashmita, Arya, Jivayan, Anandu, Rajneesh, Liliana, Evangeline, Shiparna, they have given the answer. ICZ settle disputes between state, ICC prosecute individuals. International Court of Justice, states, criminal, International Criminal Court, individuals. So first is correct. If first is correct, you eliminate B option. ICZ is a principal organ of UN. Yes, ICC is independent of UN. That is also correct. So 1 and 2 is correct. Eliminate C option. ICC can issue binding advisory opinions to UN bodies. Not ICC. ICZ can do that. ICZ, International Court of Justice, it is a part of UN. So ICZ can issue binding advisory opinions to UN. If I don't know how many of you can see it, the last point related to ICZ, can issue binding judgments between states. So the answer is A, 1 and 2 only, as stated by many of you. Being neutral is a challenge. I know, it's so tough. Oh my God. Cool. So let's solve PYQ 12. And sometimes when you see those kind of comments, you become so charged. Oh my God. Mediterranean Sea is a border of which of the following countries? Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria. UPSC 2017 questions. Similar kind of questions. UPSC has framed multiple questions, similar questions on Mediterranean Sea, on Israel. So please, 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 they are important. You have to. Have a look at this. Do cross-check it. This is your homework. Whether it is Iraq or Israel. And do have a look at it. In UPSC 2017, when they asked this question, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, those options are fine. The second option you have to cross-check, that is your homework, whether that is Iraq or Israel. Cool. So this is a homework. I'm not telling you the answer. You do the homework which I told you. Cross-check that question, PYQ 2017. Cross-check whether that is Iraq or Israel. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. I will share this particular PDF in this Telegram channel of mine, Fun Study with Shubh. And yeah. You can post your score based on how many questions you answered, you did not answer. So many people answered the 12th question. Cool, yeah. And What else? If you're preparing for 26, 27, 28, you can join any of our batches. 26 batch, our new batch, the old batch admissions closed. The new batch is starting from 25th. And do remember, unlike, there are institutions in OR and Mukherjee Nagar who are charging in lakhs and this and that. We are not doing that. But you know how I teach, you know how other people teach, you know what is our quality. We are not compromising on quality, but yes, we are compromising on the price because we know money matters. We know India is still a developing country. So yes, money actually matters. Cool. So if you can join our UPSC English batch for 26, 27, 28, and you can go to view all courses, StudyIQ, UPSC IS English. This is for 2026 batch, 27 batch, 28 batch, and you can use my code SHS Live for maximum discount. And admission closing, this thing is done. The new batch is starting from 25th July 2025, and again the prices will not be in lakhs as I have told you. 38,999, this and that. The prices have actually increased a bit, that I can see here. And join at the earliest, use my code SHS Live, you will get maximum discount. And yeah, cool. If you have any queries related to any of these courses, you can call on this number 9240231070. Also, if you are, I have already shown you IBACIO, so you can also, and many people, what we have seen, we launched this batch and there was like too much involvement of students in this batch, so which is actually good. So IBACIO, I've already shown you. You can go and join this batch, 4999. If you apply my code, it is reducing to 2999 SHS Live, and 12 months validity is there. You can see all the features which are there, and just apply the code SHS Live and put it apply 2999. Somebody was asking 5,000 is too high. It's not 5,000, it's 2999. Cool. So any queries, sir and ma'am? Yeah, I know some comments can be, frustrating. What is genocide? Nitin, we have discussed, if you go back and if you watch this video again, so there is no clear-cut definition of genocide, but then there are two basic attributes, the act and the intent. So that's why we can never say what Israel is doing, whether it is actually genocide or not. Cool. So thank you, Liliana. Thank you, Sriparna. Thank you, Sanjana. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.